Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm sitting here like a dork in bed. I'm back in Australia, enjoying my comfortable bed, and I've been watching a few more YouTube programs and listening to guys talking about their regrets of living in Thailand for long periods of time and how it's changed over the years. And yeah, I agree, it's very true. I was there 30 odd years ago when I was young, and it was a different world. Chiang Mai and places like that were the real deal. It was so different and it was so beautiful. And I know we all talk about that. But this is a reality. It does change. But I've still gone back, and I've kind of got my visa, but I'm not letting go of my own country. I think that's the difference. I didn't fall for it then, and I'm not falling for it now. I think it's the journey. It's just travel opens your mind, and it's living in another country makes you appreciate everything you've worked so hard for here in your own country. So I don't want to, in my personal opinion, is don't let go of what you've worked for. Don't just get rid of everything and move permanently overseas, because, yeah, say for instance, Thailand, it depends on what you want out of the country. Like, you probably can't see me with this GoPro. And you know me, I never edit anything, so I was probably like a black figure then in the dark. But anyway, yeah, my reasons for going to Thailand, I live in Australia, and personally, for me, I just worked. I worked, ate, slept, worked on the house, worked, ate, slept, worked on my house, worked, ate, slept. So I didn't really socialise a lot, I must admit. But to find a girlfriend, I actually found it fairly hard here personally. I could go out, pick up a girl, not a problem, but there's other reasons to that too. You don't want to lose your house or lose what you've worked for. But you can find girls in Southeast Asia. You can have a relationship. You can get rid of the loneliness. Because, yeah, I put my hand up. You go through a lot of loneliness. And when you're in Thailand, you're lonely too. I guarantee most of the guys I see walking around in Thailand, they end up sitting in bars because they don't know what to do with themselves, sitting there drinking beer all day. It's ridiculous. But a lot of guys, even though there's women all around, and they are lonely, very lonely. It's a lonely world too. Lonely when you travel on your own too. But you can find yourself a girlfriend in Thailand and settle down. But in the end, that becomes just about money. You're just a walking ATM, or you can't create that life with a Thai girl unless you have money. There's different ideas about that, like the old-fashioned idea of you get a Thai girlfriend, you look after their family. Well, it's changing, You have to face they have to face realities that it's not that, Thailand's quite expensive if it gets to that stage. It's not as cheap as people make out. So you have to make a choice. What do you want in life? Why are you there? Because it's not as cheap as... Well, it depends on the quality of life you actually want. And why are you there? I'm there, I want to be with a woman. I want to have that company while I'm still young enough to want to enjoy a woman's company. And I guess, my theory is when you're done with all that, and it really doesn't make much difference. I wouldn't mind growing old back here in my own country with a dog, maybe a sheep. And you learn so much from other countries, and let's face it, a lot of poorer countries. You learn how to live a lot, what's the word, sustainable, cheaply. You learn lots of different techniques, you can live a harder life. You don't need a lot of the luxuries. You've learnt to, you would really appreciate your luxuries in your country when you come home from other countries like that. But that again depends on how you've lived over in those other countries. Some people I know go over there and just stay in the Hilton, places like luxury hotels, and they actually, I've never sort of had that sort of money where I could just blow it on luxury holidays. I want to live the life too of the real life of say the Thais. I want to live in a village. I want to live economically for me. I want to experience that side of life. I want to see the country. Yeah, so you buy a motorbike, you do whatever you can, you get your license, you get set up in another country, you get your visa, you do everything right. It costs a lot of money. It's not cheap. But yeah, try and keep your backup plans. Don't just sell your life away. And yeah, it's very difficult. It's not as simple as some people make out. And the people that do let go of everything and travel, they're lonely and they don't have a home to go back to. And yeah, once again, I've always said it. Here I am talking into a box, but this is the key to survival overseas. For some reason, talking to the world through this box, the GoPro, you don't feel lonely because you're talking to the world. You have a purpose. So yeah, life's very funny, but it is about the journey. So you've got to sort of be able to look back on your life. If you get old and you can look back and you've travelled, you've seen how other people live, and I think that's what it's all about. But it's your choice. Some people never walk out of their neighbourhood. They never leave their country. They've sat in their house their whole lives, and they're happy with that too. So personal choice, isn't it? But so yeah, what is this video about? I guess it's about, no, it's not a mistake. Whichever way you go, you haven't made a mistake. I think if you're brave enough to step outside of your country and try and experience something new, well done. And you learn so much, and it's wonderful. You see so much. You meet so many amazing people, and yeah, you might have had a bit of company that you can look back on your life and you would have had certain relationships, or so you weren't completely on your own for your life. And if you can be satisfied with that, let's say that would have been a pretty good life. Yeah, to look back and all your travels and the women that you met and the people that you met and talked to and listened to their experiences, and And to be able to come back to your own home again, and when you do come back, you always appreciate what you've got, then that makes it all worth it. So yeah, I'm going to continue on with my travels, and when I'm old and grey, I want to be able to look back. If I'm lucky enough to not die along the road somewhere, I want to be able to look back on my life and be glad and grateful for what I would have seen and done. So, and luckily, yeah, I've already had amazing journeys. I've travelled most of the world, and been to some amazing places, seen all the pyramids and all through Egypt, Italy, France, Switzerland, Austria, Berlin, most of Europe, Spain, and Southeast Asia. So I think to be able to look back on your life and all those journeys and the things that have happened along the way, yeah, if I'm sitting in bed, say if I was sitting in bed in hospital in the end, if you've got those things in your head, well, that's not too bad. Yeah. All right, I'll stop rambling.